Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Candra Tyas Suhmawinanto. My name is I from class A. I majoring in dakwah management in Faculty of Dakwah and Communication in State Islamic University Sunan Gunung Jati, Bandung. My goal is making video is complete final examination in semester. Have you ever stopped and wonder why things are the way they are?
I find it really fascinating how many things we do in our daily life.
I find it really fascinating how many things we do in our daily lives that
I just accepted and they're really questioned.
are just accepted and they are really questioned.
It's just the done thing.
It's just the done thing.
And if you do something differently,
And if you do something out of ordinary,
it can create confusion or
it
something out of the ordinary. It can create confusion
it can create confusion
or angst or frustration among the people around you.
or angst or frustration among the people around you.
At best, you create minor discomfort.
At best, you create minor discomfort.
But at worst, you face backlash. Create minor discomfort. But at worst, you face backlash.
But at worst, you face backlash.
And you're shunned from your family or your social circle.
And you're shunned from your family or your social circle.
Messing with what is socially acceptable can be brutal.
Messing with what is socially acceptable can be brutal.
But what's accepted and totally normal here can be brutal. But what's accepted and totally normal here
But what is accepted and totally normal here
might be at odds with what's acceptable where you
might be to edge with what's acceptable where are you.
are. And that's why it's so fascinating when two sets of social norms clash.
And that's why it's so fascinating when two sets of social norms clash.
You know, it really makes people confused or awkward because technically
It's really making people confused or awkward because technically
in that situation,
that situation,
neither of them is doing anything wrong.
neither of them is doing anything wrong.
They're both doing what's expected of them in their culture. Anything wrong. They're both doing what's expected of them in their culture. Anything wrong. They're both doing what's expected of them in their culture. Anything wrong. They're both
doing what is accepted of them in their culture.
doing what's expected of them in their culture. And that's totally normal.
That is not only normal.
But the other person is like
But the other person is like
really shocked.
really shocked.
I'll give you an example.
Give you an example.
Here in Australia, it is really common to greet friends with a hug and a kiss.
Here in Australia, it's really common to greet friends with a hug and a kiss.
A kiss.
A kiss.
Now, it's hilarious when you get introduced to an Italian a kiss. Now, it's hilarious when you get introduced to an Italian
Now it's hilarious when you get introduced to an Italian
or a Brazilian in a social context, because introduced to an Italian or
a Brazilian in a social context because
Brazilian in a social context, because they go in for a double kiss.
they go in for the double kiss,
And some countries it's even a triple kiss.
and in some countries it's even a triple kiss.
But that little interaction can be so confusing and awkward.
But that little interaction can be so confusing and awkward.
It's the meeting of two different social norms.
It's a meeting of different social norms.
And I mean,
And
how strange is it when you hear a woman ask a man to marry her? How strange is it?
how strange is when you hear a woman is meant to marry her.
When you hear a woman ask a man to marry her? Why is that so strange?
Why is that so strange?
It's just not the done thing.
It's just not done thing.
It's not the norm.
It's
So
not
it
wrong.
Confuses us.
So it's
If we
confused
stop and
us.
think for a minute, so it confuses us. If you stop and think for a minute, so it confuses us. If you stop
If you stop and think for a minute,
and think for a minute, there are so many of these situations.
there are so many in this situation,
Things that we never question because
things that we never question because
it's just the way things are.
it's just the way they are.
Congratulations.
Lately, there have been so many divisions between us that because so many affected by hoax news, because some people don't look for the truth anymore from the news. Hopefully, we as a society are better off to receive news that's all from use more or less sorry. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.